In recent months, news about Gran Turismo Sport has been a little bit on the light side. That's not all too surprising, because at the time of releasing this video, we are of course gearing up for the release of the game itself, roughly a month from now, midway through October. That's great. People are putting in their pre-orders. I'm personally planning to as well, though I haven't yet. And it's been a few months since we had significant new information about the game. We've had some trailers, a bit of gameplay, a bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, but it was that beta being released that was the most significant step towards the game. Now, I of course reported on a number of aspects of the closed beta, but recently, and Gran Turismo Planet has also reported on this, recently there was an interesting wrinkle in the time continuum of Gran Turismo Sport, and that was that according to the PlayStation blog, on multiple sites from various different countries, such as the European one and the American one, that a second phase, if you will, of the beta was going to be released. And this is the official quote. Want to get a chance to experience what we're talking about before launch? We're going to be launching a new phase of the beta in the coming weeks, so keep an eye on PlayStation blog for details on how you'll be able to participate. Now, the interesting change now is that now this has been removed from the PlayStation blog. Initially it was removed from the American one but left on the Euro one. Now I believe it's been removed from them all. So what implications are there? Does the fact that they removed it mean that it's no longer happening? Not necessarily. The fact that it was removed from the American one but left on the Euro one could simply be the time delay between the two in terms of orders getting from one place to another, or just somebody not doing their job properly. That of course does happen. But the fact that they've removed it doesn't necessarily mean that it's no longer happening. So the potential meaning behind this is interesting, because it doesn't necessarily mean that the game is going to be pushed off even further, but it could mean that. Now of course we hope that it doesn't. I certainly hope that it doesn't. The game's already been pushed over a year on from when it was supposed to be released, but a second phase to the beta could be an interesting wrinkle, because there's no quote, as far as I know, that said that it was going to be another closed beta. Now, neither does it say that it was going to be an open one either, so don't get your hopes up too much, but that could well have been the case, and may well still be the case. Now, with another beta, that does have some implications, if you want to read it that way, as to the release date of the game. Having a second phase so close to release date, only 1 month out, is kind of strange. That hasn't really happened for Gran Turismo before, at least that I'm aware of. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that you should expect Gran Turismo Sport's going to be delayed, or even to expect that this second phase is still going to go into effect. It's simply interesting to note that this, regardless of whether or not it was taken down, was put up very deliberately in the first place. That means that at the very least, there was intent for this to happen. Now maybe that has now changed. Maybe not. So, of course, we'll still have to wait and see as to what happens with this second phase, but as always, I just wanted to keep you guys who maybe haven't checked out that article on GTPlanet in the loop, as with all of my info on Gran Turismo Sport. So it's not massive info, but potentially for those people who maybe didn't get access to the last beta, it could be an opportunity for them to play it down the line. But either way, we'll have to see in roughly the coming month or so how it pans out with the beta, with the release date, with the pre-orders, and all that kind of good stuff. But overall, if you are new to the channel, as I said, I have done a full in-depth review series about the beta, discussing the different aspects of the game, be it graphics, physics, the HUD layout, the new cars, the new tracks, all that kind of good stuff, and you can find that in the playlist at the end of this video. And of course, if you'd like to keep up with new information, at least the information that I get about Gran Turismo Sport, such as covering the beta or the full game, and of course covering the game when it is actually released, then of course you could sub to see that as soon as it's released down below. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.